And welcome back, and we're moving into our fourth and final segment for the morning. It has been a fun Friday so far, and the fun continues because we've got people who know about fun. Actually, National Committee for Families and Children, express yourself with rights. And it's always fun expressing yourself. I think that's what we should always do. Express yourself in a fun way. Now we've got with us Michael Fritz, who is also a CRC ambassador. Michael, good morning. Natasha Pipersburgh, an ambassador.
Yes, that's right.
And we also have Lindburgh Smith, former IEC officer at NCFC. All kind of CFC and CFC. I remember CCU. Well, guys, good morning and welcome. It's nice to have you in.
Good morning. Thanks for having us as well.
Tell me, Kev.
No, I was saying that he's officer emeritus. You know, because he's moved on to a different challenge, but is still very involved in this project. Could you give us, Mike, a synopsis of the project and initiative?
Okay, well, we're launching the Express Yourself at Rights booklet. This is an activity that we did as CRC ambassadors or child rights ambassadors under the National Committee for Families and Children. We are a group of volunteers, and our mandate is to educate people about children's rights and also human rights by extension. So the project is something that we together as a group worked on, and we came up with different activities for the booklet. We also are launching a CD for the booklet itself.
Nice.
So it's the activity booklet along with interactive songs that we're launching.
Excellent.
Yes, on the 13th of November, which is next week Tuesday.
And what was the angle that you took in coming together with the book? You wanted to do what specifically?
Well, basically, we wanted to do an activity booklet that was actually activity-based. So when when Mr. Smith came to us with the idea, because he was the one with this, we consider it his baby, and we know that he considered it as well. So when he came to us with the idea, we jumped on it because, like, Mr. What's your name again? Okay. Like Mr. Fritz.
I like that. That's
Ambassador Fritz.
Ambassador Fritz.
His Excellency Fritz stated, the ambassadors are a group of young, vibrant young people. So the instant they heard about an activity book, it was like, okay, I want to do this, I want to do that. So in regards to the CD as well, that's where we found out a little bit of talents from the different individuals who are actually ambassadors. I mean, they sang the songs that you'll find on the CDs.
Okay.
Nice.
So tell us about the entire initiative. We're talking about this thing now getting to the brainchild of it.
Yes.
So talk to us about it.
Yeah, well, it's just the CRC has been in Belize for over 27 years. Wow. And for all the resources I've looked at in my capacity at the time, it was more international based, and international organization bring us in. And I thought, well, what an idea if we could create something locally using Belizean context, teaching rights, and make it quite as interactive and interesting as it could be. And I said, you know what? Given that the ambassadors were recently inducted at that time too, which was 2015, I said, we need to create our stamp. Yeah. It's a new program, it's a new group of young people, a new arm to NCFC. Why not just blow this thing out of proportion and make their stamp and their name out there, make them recognized? So, and I decided, and I draft something up, and I said to them, I said, you know what? This is a way out for us. Yeah. We're new. Let's put something forward to NCFC and see what they would say. And we get to work, and we draft up something, and we create an entire concept. And we actually produced a hard copy. And we went to NCFC and we said, you know what, we would like to do this. And they fell in love with the book. And so from then, we just meet with a lot of other partners. And they also loved the idea. At the time, it was just a draft, and we get a lot of ideas. Today, the final product is fully rights aligned. Every activity in that book is purely rights-based. You will learn your rights doing a number of different activities.
Without even knowing it.
Just
having fun.
Right, just having fun. And we thought, you know what? A book alone might not be justice enough. Yeah. Why not? I heard Natasha sing once, and I said, yeah, this girl blew me away. Let me pull that in, you know?
All right, and then?
And then, well, Mike's not so much a singer, but he's a good talker. So I pulled him in too. I said, I need you here, Mike. And so we sat. We used two of the songs already produced, which was the Sweet Belize and Child song and the Know Your Right song. Those are like the face of the children right song.
Rights, yeah.
And so we created some other songs, and in partnership with DYS, we used their studios and Mr. Rayburn, Andrew Rayburn. He very talented,
very good,
Yes.
and he create all these background beats and so on for us. And trust me, these music came alive. So while we say nursery rhyme, they're deeper than nursery rhyme. You can dance to these music. And we have one of our very own here who has done about at least 2 or 3 songs on the CDs along with other ambassadors who are not here with us today.
Wow.
You know, so
cheese dinner?
it's a
We had a lot of fun doing the
Yeah.
booklet overall.
Yes.
We spent several hours and weekends basically investing in the book. There was a point whereby we did, as ambassadors, we did get a bit discouraged because we felt as if our hard work was not going to be produced.
Yeah.
We had expected it to have been launched from last year, but due to certain circumstances, it wasn't. So being that it's being launched, well, next Tuesday,
Yeah.
we're all excited and
course.
we're getting in the groove of things now.
I am happy. I'm so happy that that the launch is around this time, and I say this time for the fact that especially moving into the Christmas season, this is when a lot of people pay attention to new material because
Okay.
they want to know what they could provide, and that's a gift.
Yeah, it is a gift.
I just also want
Doesn't
to
look like
add,
much right now, but
Oh,
trust
we
me.
got it behind it.
I just also want to add there that that the book it's multidimensional. It has a multidimensional approach to it because it's an activity book, yes, but when we were crafting as well, we want to keep in mind not just an activity for children, but we want to be a parental tool too as well.
Yeah, of
Because this cannot just be where a child takes it and run through everything.
Yeah.
No,
Sure.
you need parents to help them with some of the activities there. It can be a teacher book too as well to teach rights. And I think part of the longevity of the book or part of the next plan going forward is to see how the ambassadors can work with quads to get this into the curriculum to be like a resource tool to teach rights, because rights is already in the curriculum, and this is something that will further reinforce that in the school system in a fun way for teachers. So teachers can use the songs, can use the activities there, and you know what? Have a fun class without realizing you're teaching the same thing rather than doing the chalk and talk. So we want to get a participatory approach of rights. Make it be interactive rather than just me tell you what your rights are.
Because there's also like a reading, I mean, there's several sections. There's maths, there's history and stuff like that. When we crafted the reading comprehension section, what we did was that we had open questions. So therefore, this is where we decided that we don't want it to be a yes or no answer. Like it cannot be wrong and it cannot be right. It's just based on what the child perceives the story to be about. And that basically is going to generate a conversation that can happen between a teacher and her classroom, or as well a mother and a child, well, parent and child. So like I mentioned, it's something that we want, because like we've been saying, we're in a generation whereby our elders are still kind of stuck whereby children should be seen and not heard. And in order for us to try to close this gap whereby we're not sure what's happening within our, with our kids, we need to be able to communicate with them. And I find this to be at least a step towards getting that done.
You know what I think, just listening to it, and many a days, Kev, we're here sitting down and we're talking about rights, and especially sitting there talking with Jenny. And I could say this. I go on record to say that we're, as kids, we're robbed of our rights by our parents because they don't allow us to have to actually use it, or probably they're lacking in terms of teaching us that we've got rights and what our rights are. And this is a great platform for that. So first and foremost, what are we doing with parents so they're cognizant that children have got rights?
Okay.
What are we doing?
In terms of the book itself, as we have already said, it's a tool that can be used in the schools. It can be used as a parenting guide. Also, I must mention that in addition to the activity booklet, Express Yourself at Rights, NCFC is also launching a parenting manual. So this is something secondary to our booklet.
Nice.
And in terms of working along with parents, we believe that the book can be used talking to a child. It's just discussion. The book covers a lot of touchy topics that we might not want to talk about as a society.
Yeah.
Items or occurrences such as sexual exploitation, violence against children, the gang violence that we're experiencing in Belize. These are all things that are mentioned in the booklet in a very engaging manner to create that conversation piece. So it's there, the book is there to create that conversation and move along with the discussion about these issues.
What's the plan to roll out the book? It's a powerful teaching tool, it's a powerful interactive tool for families.
Yes.
In addition to the launch of it, how do you plan to roll it out?
Okay, in reference to that, we do have the launch on the 13th of November at the Bliss. And in addition to that, those schools that will not be attending, there are plans, I should say, to distribute the book through the district education centers along with the CD. So even if you're not able to attend the launch, you still can express yourself at rights.
I like it. So being that time just got Kev.
Yeah.
So what happens at the launch? It's going to be on November 13th.
Yes.
Yes.
And it's where? Tell us about the launch.
Sure.
What's going to happen then?
The launch is on November 13th, which is next Tuesday, and it starts at 9 o'clock. Should be finished by 11. And we have our Masters of Ceremonies, who happens to be the president of the ambassadors. That's Mr. Darwin Westby. I'm actually the holding vice president at the moment. And we do have St. Luke's Methodist Choir, who's going to be doing a couple of songs for us as well. I'll be doing a song too. But yes, one of the songs from off of the CD. And we're going to be giving out the booklet to the schools.
And you actually have a copy of the book that you're refusing to show
Yes,
us.
I have a copy of the book that I refuse to show. But what I'm going to be doing, if you guys would like to play this game with us, is that we have a game called Tangle Trivia. So I'm going to be asking you guys, and these will be your puppets. So every answer that you guys get wrong, I'm going to tell them exactly what to do to get them tangled.
Oh,
Right?
okay.
So if we could start.
Let's start.
Let's start. And once again, this is actually within the booklet as well.
Wow.
So we've got 1 minute, right? So, okay, cool. Start.
Okay.
go.
So by the raise of hand, who raises their hand first, and if you're rules. You raise your hand and you get the answer wrong, your puppet still has to get twisted.
Wow.
Okay? So here we go.
I wouldn't want to be a puppet.
First question. You're not the puppet. You're going to be answering, and there will be your puppet.
So we're
Ready?
starting in 3, 2, 1.
Belize is known to have the second largest what in the world?
Barrier Reef.
That's not fair.
That's what they say.
Next question.
Wait, at first?
Who is the author of the national anthem of Belize?
Samuel Haynes.
Samuel?
Haynes.
Yes, correct. You guys are doing good. 3, child labor can be found within which 2 industries in Belize? Banana and citrus, tourism and sugarcane,
Banana,
sugarcane
citrus.
and banana, banana and fisheries.
Banana and citrus.
Banana and citrus? No. Mr. Smith, please take your right hand, put it over your left.
Wow.
Come on, we got 20 seconds.
If a minor commits an offense and the court decides to levy no penalty for the offense committed, but issue a warning in that if another offense is committed within 3 years or less, the court has the right to then charge the child for both offenses. This form of alternative sentencing is known as A, absolute discharge, B, discharge, C, conditional discharge, or D, suspended prison sentence.
Suspended prison sentence.
You never raised your hand.
I did. I did.
You pop it
I
up
did.
Take your left hand, put it over your right.
I did simultaneously.
Okay.
Fun Friday is only on 5. Next question. You know what time is actually? Let's get one more in.
Okay, we're gonna get one last one in.
Oh my God.
Everyone under the age of what has the rights in the Convention of the Rights of the Child?
18.
18.
Hey, you raise your hand. All right, cool. So there we go. That was a learning one for me. So my puppet to chill.
So the booklet has trivia, it has puzzles,
stories, nursery rhymes. You got the big, like for preschools where you learn how to shape your alphabet.
Yeah,
It
that's
has
nice.
all of that. And even the alphabet is aligned. So when you say A is for all, meaning, so we try to align it to
Yeah.
right, so you kind of enforce that. It
yes,
has-
mazes.
It have
I saw this
Yes.
maze.
Yes.
There's a maze as
It
well.
has even for
Crossword
the
puzzles,
crossword puzzles,
coloring books,
it has
colorings.
Maths as
word
well.
search, I think.
Word search.
Yes,
Yeah,
it has
we saw that earlier.
Yeah, it has that.
Okay,
And
actually, I
arts and
see.
craft has
Yeah,
a
I
lot of
see
stuff.
shape out to animals and shape out to different,
Yes.
And it
objects.
has,
Oh,
the
yes.
it has a couple of the
Colorings.
conventions of the rights of a child
And who did
information within there
the
as well.
illustrations and the artwork?
Gregory Godfrey. Well, we kind of let him know what we want,
Okay.
and then he bring that to life with colors and different ideas,
Lovely.
using his designing skills.
Any sponsors you want to make mention of?
Yes,
or?
we want
At
to.
this time, I think this entire project would not be possible without Yuself Belize. They came in and they assisted us in printing the book, assisting with the launch. We had distributed a copy of the book to the UNICEF rep for Belize, and she fell in love with the book.
Oh, wow.
And because of that, we have additional activities, the comprehension. There is a comprehension passage in there that speaks about gun violence. So these were some of the things that they wanted included in the book. And given that we were so eager, or we were right space and we wanted it to be impactful, we added these activities. So special thanks to UNICEF Belize, also to the Department of Youth Services for the CD tracks,
Yeah.
and also for the entire NCFC family for supporting us.
And the Ministry of
And
Education.
not to be,
Yes.
and not
Yes,
to
and
forget,
the
but we
Ministry of
also want to
Education.
mention special thanks to all the editors, and some of the editors are mostly high school teachers or English.
Call a couple of their
English
name,
based.
man.
I know we have Miss Richie from Wesley,
Yes.
Kamish Richie. We have.
Miss Samantha Terry from St. John's College, Junior College.
We also have
Miss
Jack.
Cassandra Wade, teacher at St. Mary's Primary School. Miss Samantha Terry, lecturer at SJCJC. We also want to thank the CRC ambassador body. And we have also Miss Jacqueline Lynch, which is the vice principal at St. Michaelis.
All right.
Well,
Contributed.
we're looking forward to this launch, guys. It's going to be on when? On Tuesday, November 13th. It's
Yes.
going to be from 9 to
At the
about...
Bliss.
At the
Bliss.
Bliss. It's going to be from
Yes.
9 to about
It's about
11
11.
a.m. All right, and there'll be activities there so you could enjoy. It was a nice time hanging out with you. Fun Fridays wouldn't have been extreme fun without you guys.
He's only saying
So
that
I wanna
because he
thank
won the
you.
game. That's
My puppet, the chill. You know, so we're good. But we need to wrap things up. Actually, we've got one final break, and when we come back, it's going to be for the wrap.